Hi everyone, my name is Christy Dressel. I am an independent presenter with Younique products, and today I wanted to give you a little demo on how I do my 3D Fiber Lash mascara. This is what you've seen all over Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it's everywhere. Best mascara ever. So I've done my entire regular makeup that I normally do. In the container are the two tubes. You also get an instructions sheet, and when you open it up, it has instructions on this side. Now, for me, I do not follow the instructions. The instructions that come with the mascara recommend that you put on a base coat of your regular drugstore mascara. I choose to not do that because I feel it's an unnecessary step and it makes the process a little longer, as well as it can kind of give the mascara sometimes kind of a spidery look. So if you've seen some people with it on and they look kind of like they have spider legs on their eyes, it's more than likely because they're using some sort of a regular mascara as a base. So what you do is, when I am putting on the rest of my makeup, I normally keep both of my tubes in my pants pocket. By doing that, that warms the gel and makes the application process a little bit easier. It also kind of warms up the fibers, makes them come off of the brush a little bit easier. So to start off with, what you want to do is you want to have both tubes in one hand. I usually hold on to them like this. I open both of the tubes as well so that they're both ready to go. And then I hold a mirror in my other hand just because I'm not used to looking at myself, especially in the computer, to put on my mascara. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one eye, and then normally when I do the first two steps, I would move to the other eye and put the same two steps on the other eye. Today I'm going to take and show you what it looks like with the first two steps on. Then I'm going to put on the drugstore mascara on the other eye. So then you have a comparison, a direct comparison of drugstore mascara versus our amazing product. So first tube is the Transplanting Gel. As you can see, it's just a regular mascara wand, black gel. And you just put it on like you would any other mascara. And I usually take and do both the front and the back of my lashes. That way that I get a nice good coat on there all the way around. Try to get it as even as possible initially. Now if you get it on your upper lid, there's a couple of little tricks you can do. If you don't use a handheld mirror, you can use a spoon and put it up along the top so that if your brush touches anything, it's going to touch the spoon. Do the same thing with the lower lid when you're putting the gel on the lower lid. So while the gel is still wet, that is a really important part, that you want to do the gel and immediately follow with the fibers. So this is what the fibers look like. And if it's kind of clumpy as you pull it out, there's a little catch inside of the fiber tube, kind of jiggle it back and forth. Then I take and I kind of rub my brush on the edge, and it kind of helps to make the fibers stand up a little bit. And while the transplanting gel is wet, then you go over it with the fibers. And that is one of the things that helps get the fibers to stick, is the gel being wet. And again, I do the fronts and the backs. So normally at this point, I would take the fibers or the transplanting gel, and I would do the other eye and put the fibers on as well. It gives this eye a little bit of time to kind of dry, to get those fibers to really kind of lock on. And you know, there's just kind of a flow about doing it that way. So instead, I'm going to close these tubes up. And I'm going to put on just regular CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion. Just a regular drugstore mascara, real cheap. That's what it looks like. And as you saw at the beginning of the video, I really don't have much in the way of lashes. I was not blessed with really long lashes, so fronts and backs just like what I do with the other one, so then it's a true comparison. Okay, so there's one coat of the CoverGirl, and then the 3D Fiber Lashes, and at this point it's still kind of a little hard to tell, so we're going to put this to the side. We're going to come back to our 3D Fiber Lashes and get them in your hands. Again, I think most people hold the tubes like this just because it makes it a little easier. So now that this has had a little bit of time to dry, the fibers to dry onto the gel, you go back over it with another coat of the gel. It's really important that you, however many coats of the mascara that you put on, you always end with a coat of gel. That helps seal the fibers onto your eyelashes so that they don't fall off throughout the day. So if you're having a problem with it kind of flaking and kind of falling off, you probably aren't putting a good enough gel coat on at the very last step. So be sure that you you do that. So we're going to come back over the top with the gel. Kind of combs out the fibers, gets rid of that scary spidery look that it initially comes up with when you first put it on. I'm doing an awful job today as far as getting it all over my upper lid. Normally I don't make this big of a mess. So I am going to do another coat of the fibers, because normally I do right around 2 coats. I like a little bit more drama in my lashes than in my life. So again, while this is still wet, and you come back, and at this point I'm focusing mainly on the tips because I want the length to be there. So because of that, usually with the second step, I focus more on the backs of my lashes. And I know what you're thinking. You're looking at this going, but Christy, it's totally flattening out your lashes so that they come straight out instead of curling up. I have a little trick at the end that I'm going to show you how I combat that issue. So while that's drying again, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do another coat of the CoverGirl so that I have the equal amount of coats, so I can do an honest comparison of the two. So then we'll do the bottom lashes. I'm wearing all Younique products. I have on the Touch Cream Foundation. I have on the Touch Pressed Powder Foundation. I have on the blusher in Sweet, which is my very most favorite. I started off with the Glorious Face and Eye Primer before I put anything else on. Just kind of seals and locks on the product. And then my two favorite colors for my eyeshadow are Curious for the upper and Daring for the brown. Then I also use the pencils in the Proper and in the Prim. The Prim I used for my eyebrows and the Proper I used for under my eyes. The eyeliners are amazing. They go on like butter once they dry. They are water and smudge proof, but they come off easily with soap and water, any kind of makeup remover. So now that this has had a little bit of time to dry, I'm going to go back over it with another coat of the Transplanting Gel. Again, make sure that you do a really good coat at the end so that you really seal those fibers and don't have everything flaking off throughout the day. So now sometimes you can get a really good adhesion, I guess you could say, of the fibers on one particular lash, so it like seems really, really long. In the end, what I do if that happens is I just kind of pinch the very tip of it off so that they're kind of all even and look appropriate. And then I just put some gel on the underneath. I do not do the fibers on the underneath part of my eye. I just don't feel it's necessary. And also, when you're using the fibers, you want to make sure that you stay away from the waterline, which is the very edge of your eyelid, just because you don't want to get the fibers in your eyes. They are made of 100% green tea, so they are all natural and they will not hurt you. However, they can be irritating and you don't want to have that irritation around your eye for the whole day. So just be careful when you're doing that. I've gotten them in my eyes. It didn't cause me any damage. I actually just get a damp Q-tip and touch it to my eyeball where the fibers are and it picks it right back up. So no big deal. Okay, so if you look, I do happen to have one really long fiber on there. I'm going to take care of that in the very end. So now comes my trick for curling your lashes. You will never ever look at your hairdryer the same again. Instead of using the crimping tool, which all of us know as an eyelash curler that looks like a medieval torture device, I recommend using your hairdryer. What you do is you turn your heat on either low or medium, whatever you can tolerate, whatever's comfortable for you, and then you just turn it on low and you blow up. What this does is it curls your lashes and it helps dry the gel so that it doesn't get on your upper lid and cause an issue. I'll do it on this side too, just so that we have an equal comparison. So, you tell me, which one looks better? To me, I think the Fiber Lashes look better. And I'm going to get in real close here. So as you can see, my eyelashes on the right-hand side, my right-hand side, actually can touch up at my eyebrow, whereas the eyelashes on my left-hand side cannot. So, and if you look down, you can see the difference in the length and the volume. So this is just my little tutorial so that you all can see how I do my 3D Fiber Lash mascara, and I hope that you found it helpful. And if you have never used the 3D Fiber Lash mascara, I would encourage you to at least try it. We have a 14-day money-back guarantee on all of the products that we sell. They're all amazing, and I absolutely love working for this company. It actually has opened lots of doors for me and brought me out of my shell as a person, and I'm just grateful to everyone who has supported my business and continues to support my business through Younique. I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks.